the black, what's it called? The forged out. He's like, no, I'm not having none. I'm taking the fight really serious. I'm approaching the 6-week mark of no drinking, so it'll be like 10 weeks. And I thought, fair play to him. And then like 4 days later, he's in the black forge, just completely on one. Him and his missus, all these people. And that's not a sober man. Like, and I love McGregor, but we to say he wasn't doing it before the last couple of fights.
he was in bars punching old men years ago.
Torn between McGregor knocking him out early and Chandler dragging it deep, because I think 170 suits Chandler more, I gotta be honest.
Some man they wanna chat shit till I knock 'em like I'm Jack Shaw. Rolls hat, roll stack, my flow sharp like a hacksaw.
Back again, Joey baby.
What's going on, mate? We've had a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, when was the last one we done? UFC
301, just after you come back,
my
wasn't
fight.
it?
Yeah, so what, 3 weeks?
Yeah,
busy man to me.
It's hard to keep it together, isn't it? But
kids, life.
I know.
You got another kid on the way, so you and me might even be even busier.
I know.
But yeah, not too much, but really just, but enjoying family life. Landing, my legs still got some stitches in my leg. I had to have the stitches redone because they didn't close up properly the first time. So doing a little bit of training here and there, nothing mental, just enjoying family life. Enjoying some chill time, and then holidays next week. So
yeah, does this time off after a fight make you feel like you could live this life after fighting, or does it? Do you feel like? Yeah, no, I think is
up and down a little bit, because some days I feel like I'm doing my own head in a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, like when I got the baby, it's easy because he just runs me riot and just love it, But like, when I have them quiet days or quieter days, like when my missus is home, or even when he's like sleeping for like 2 hours, I'm just a bit like, I don't know if I'm OCD or a bit ADHD, but I've definitely got a bit of something where I'm like, I'll do my own head in and overthink things and like dwell on things. I'm just like, I think I'm one of those, I've got to be busy. So I think I could definitely see myself, living a more quiet life, chill life. I think I'd have to learn to adapt to it. I think at the minute I'm like one extreme or the next. I'm like in fight camp on the go 6 days a week constantly, or I'm at this stage now where I'm like injured and, well, not injured, but just resting because of my leg and can't really do a great deal. Maybe do one session, more stage, getting 2 in where I can when the missus is off work. So, but I definitely enjoy the biggest thing I enjoy is obviously the time with the family. Like that's one thing. I think you don't really realize how much time you're missing out on during training because you're so like laser focused and you're just grateful for the time you have, and you'll probably appreciate it. Like you've got busy days in work, I expect, and then you have days where your work's a little bit quiet, and you'll think, Christ, look how much time I'm getting with the baby here when I'm not in work.
I notice, like, say for instance, I work all weekend or something, and then I come home and I spend like 2 days, or we go away for a week and I spend time with the little one. I notice by the time that week's up how much different she is with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like it's me that's not around. That's the issue. It's not like necessarily her that's being different with me. It's the fact that, not that you're a stranger to him, but like,
no, I know
you connect more when you're there, don't you? It's just a fact.
I was saying to my mum the other day that something that's sort of similar. I was saying, like, I only now appreciate how much time I miss out on doing training camp. Now I'm not in training camp because, like, obviously in training camp, you train in the morning, you come home, say we do a podcast or walk the dogs out, you get like your 2 or 3 hour slot, and then you're back in the gym. And then most of the time, like, I obviously go back to the gym like 3 p.m, don't go home till like 7 p.m, he's already in bed. So it's only really like Saturday and Sunday where I'm getting like that long periods of time with him. Whereas now, obviously, my missus is in work as well. So like 4 days through the week, I'm getting pretty much full days with him. I was dropping him off here and there so I can go and get a bit of training done. But for the most part, I'm getting like extended periods of time, and I love it. I'm not like saying that I miss training camps. I don't. I love having this amount of time with him, but I think I'm now appreciating like how much time I'm actually missing. Out on.
When you just have that hour as well, I find it's hard to just be like, right, I'm dad now for an hour, and then I'm back to doing what I got to do. I find it's like, it takes me a little while to actually be able to settle down. Sometimes like a holiday, like a day or two, it takes me to like really settle down and be
especially with like training as well, because it's like you get home, you're a little bit tired, so you've got to like make sure you like rehydrate anytime you do your food. You know what I mean? And then by the time he might end up having a nap, or he might end up, he's just running riot. He just want to be off playing, and it's like, or even like, like the missus, like I'm like, I can't expect her, if she's got plans with a baby, like play group or going to meet her friends with their kids. It's like, I can't expect her not to do that because you know, it's different now. She's in work, so we can kind of plan the week better now. But when she was on like maternity, you know, she's stuck in the house 5 days a week. So I can't say, well, don't go out between this time because like I'm not going to get to see him. It's like, well, sometimes that's how it falls. You know what I mean? It can't be out. But also at the same time, like I said, I'm one of those, I think you made a good point there, just resonating with me a bit, is like it takes me a day or two to adjust to like just chill out. Yeah. And relax. Like when I go on holidays next week, I'm looking forward to just like, because when I go on holidays, I just shut off from the world. I'm impossible to get hold of. Like my mum and dad might get hold of me, but I just like to shut off and just enjoy the holiday. So hopefully I'll be able to relax and chill a little bit. But I am definitely enjoying the time with the fam. But I am missing being active as well. It's weird. It's a weird, isn't it? It's like I am missing being able to spar and stuff like that. But you know, I suppose it would be a lot worse if I didn't have the baby. You know, if it was just how it was before, where it's just like me, my missus would be in work 5 days a week, and I'd just be like in the house. I'd be go do my own editing. So. Yeah,
it's another purpose, isn't it? I find like having a kid, just when everything's like feels like it's falling apart, you just hold on to that, don't you? You just think, well, there's no option but to carry on moving forward and try and
you have to, don't you? Yeah, you have to. You could be having a bad day, or you know, you're having a bad mentally. You got a bad day mentally. You could be on a bad training day. But like you said, when you come through the door, you got to switch on your dad. Like you can't just because you're having a bad day let that affect the rest of the time in the house. And it helps keep you. It's like kind of bind your life together, doesn't it? And it's like don't matter how much of a bad day you're having, or it might not even be a bad day. It might just be an average day, and then you'll go home and you'll do something that'll make me laugh, or you'll just smile. You know what I mean? And I'll just be like, yeah. But here we go back to reality, and
the class.
You can't beat it. But yeah, I mean, other than that, but I mean, doing a lot, just doing a bit of weights, can't even run yet, which is driving me fucking stir crazy. Because I can get up before the baby and missus rise and go for a run, like because I can't run because of my shin. I'm having to go to the gym and go on the fucking run and walk, which is driving me absolutely insane. But I'm hoping when I come back from holiday that it'll be closed up and I can try some running, and I won't kick for a little while yet. Obviously, just I don't want to risk opening it back up. But fingers crossed, I won't be too much longer. Like if I can get into it.
Yeah, they worried about the running might split it, is it?
Yeah, when I spoke to the doctor, actually told me that out there. When I had it done, he was like, obviously didn't need to tell me that, but like don't kick. But obviously be careful with running too, like, you know, at an hard pace because of the impact. Might kind of, if it's not binding, but it might just, you know, cause it to open. And my missus' friend is a nurse, and when she come and done the stitches, she said like the top and the bottom is binded, but the middle hasn't. That's why I got the extra stitches on now. And she said that, she didn't say about the running, but she said just be careful like what you're doing with training wise, because you don't want this to open back up and get infected. And obviously, last thing I want now before holidays is an infection in my leg. The missus will knock my head off, I expect. If I can't I cancel the holiday for a little leg infection.
That's why you've been ducking me with the tennis, is it?
That's why I've been ducking the tennis, yeah, 100%. That rematch, I'm just avoiding that rematch for as long as possible.
Getting some lessons in. You'll be on holiday now having lessons with the coach.
We haven't missed a lot fighting. Well, Fury and Usyk, we didn't get a chat about that, did we? But great fight, wasn't it?
It's worth the money, that one.
Worth, you know,
like some of them aren't, are they? But that one definitely
lived up to everything. Like I think I've seen online a little bit. Some people getting a bit kind of like not carried away because Usyk put on an performance, but because of how good Usyk was at the end of the fight. I think people are kind of putting Fury down a little bit, but. If you watch the fight, it was close like first 4 rounds, but then from sort of like 4 through to 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, Fury was, I remember watching this, I was like, Fury's going to fucking, if Usyk don't change something up here, he's going to knock him out because he was ripping the body, Usyk couldn't land on him, Usyk looked tired, and then he landed that big shot on the nose, didn't he, in the 8th, and you just seen it bother him instantly. Fury was swiping at it, I don't know if he broke his nose or what, and then the 9th round, if we're being honest, right, if I was in the undisputed heavyweight title of the world, probably would have been stopped any other fight. Yeah. But that being said, when Tyson Fury, you know, I don't want to sound more, but when Tyson Fury dies, hopefully if he has a long life, they need to like take his brain and his heart and study it and be like, how the fuck does this man get knocked down like he does, or get put out? He was out on his feet and then come out the next round as if nothing's happened.
And switches on even more, if anything. It's
crazy. Don't get me wrong, I thought Usyk after the knockdown really took over. I thought he probably won out the remaining 3 rounds or 4 rounds, whatever it was, I think he probably won 3 of them. But like Fury was still in the fight. I think it was the nose was bothering him more than... I don't think he was gun shy because of the knockdown. I think it was his nose. I think his nose took some damage. But awesome performance. Right decision for me as well. I felt like Usyk did enough. And I'm all in for the rematch. Like before the fight, I remember I was a bit like, these rematch clauses, they're killing the sport. But, you know, after a fight like that, how can you not want to see it again?
I thought... I had a lot of shit online because I stuck on Facebook, gotta be Fury. Because everyone in the room with me, we all thought Fury had won. At the time.
Did you? Yeah.
I thought Fury had won. I thought, obviously, Usyk had got a 10-8 in that one round, but I thought, majority up to 7, Fury had won. He may have lost 1 or 2. And then I thought he was either the 11th or 12th, I can't remember.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you with the first half of the fight. I think it was the first 3 rounds, 1, 2, and 3. I think Usyk probably won round 1, but 2 and 3, you could have argued either way.
Yeah. And
for me, Fury definitely won 4, 5, 6, and 7 comfortably.
I think that was my fanboy probably. No, any close rounds, I give Fury probably.
Yeah, and people probably do the same for Usyk, but it was a close fight.
Yeah.
I think, again, because of how bad the knockdown was, though not the knockdown, he nearly finished him, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think people that's the story of the fight, but I thought Usyk won 8 and 9. Was it 8? He won 9, which was a 10-8. I thought he won 10, I think. And like you said, out to 11 and 12, I remember thinking Fury won 1 of them. So it was a close fight and it's definitely worth doing again because Fury had his moments, didn't he? And Usyk didn't have... You never seen no one do that to Usyk. Like everyone else, Usyk is just kind of school, isn't he?
Yeah.
But there was definitely moments where I felt like Fury was going to take him out. And I'm all in for the rematch. I know Josh was sitting on the sidelines, but I see IBF are going to strip Usyk now unless he fights the mandatory... which will be the winner of Dubar and Herkovic, I think his name is, which is this Saturday. So they're likely going to put Joshua in for that, and then there we go. There's your lineup then for the Undisputed again.
Yeah, and then you've got this 5x5 this weekend as well, haven't you?
That's this weekend. That's interesting. I can't go into it too much. I don't really know. I know
main thing I know is Wilder's fighting.
Wilder and Zhang obviously is the big fight. I know Craig Richards and Willie Hutchinson. That's a good fight. I remember Nick Ball fought on one of the Saudi cards, so I don't know the kid he's fighting. And also, what's the other good fight on there? Oh, the guy who just beat Liam William, Hamza Shiraz, is it? He's fighting as well, isn't he? So that is a good card. But, you know, one thing we do know a little bit more about is UFC 302. Not apart from the main and the co-main, probably not the deepest card compared to the 300 card and the 299 and the 298, but...
No, that's it.
Let's get straight into the co-main. Strickland and Costa.
Ooh, I think this is set to be a banger from the off, for sure.
5-rounder as well.
I know. They'd like to do that now, don't they, with the co-mains?
Yeah.
I think it makes sense as well, especially when you've got these bigger names. I think if you've got a co-main, which maybe they're not such a big name, but these two, I think it makes more of a fight of it, because Strickland is a 5-round fight. I
think it's a testament to how big a star Strickland actually is as well. I don't think people actually like to admit that because he's a bit out there, but he's obviously a big star because he's in the co-main. Probably isn't even a number 1 contender fight if we think about it logically, because Costa lost his last fight. They've pretty much said Whittaker is number 1 contender. That's providing Izzy doesn't come back, because if Izzy's that big a star, he could come back and slot straight into the title fight. So that means if Izzy fights Du Plessis next, then it's probably going to be Whittaker, unless they make Whittaker fight the winner of this. But, you know, if a Strickland win's going to put him right back in the mix, isn't it? I could argue the same for Costa, but 5 rounds, I think that suits Strickland more than it does Costa. I think Costa's an absolute nightmare for anyone over 3 rounds. Even when he lost to Whittaker, the fact there was over 3 rounds, it kind of allowed him just to sprint for 3 rounds. Make no mistake, Costa can take anyone out. You know, look how he was getting pieced up by Whittaker in that 1 round, wasn't he? And he just pulls a fucking wheel kick out of nowhere and nearly obliterated him. I don't know what way to go on it, to be honest. I'm a massive Strickland fan. Love his style. I think he's a character. I'm a massive Costa fan as well. 5 rounds wise, I would be inclined to say Strickland towards the end is going to pull away, but you don't see Costa get finished often, other than Izzy. I can't remember a time where he got finished. So, and Strickland is not really known for finishing guys. I think that's fair to say. You know, he's not like a big power puncher. He almost overwhelms guys and tires them out. So it could be a case for him getting him tired. But one thing for Costa, he's tough as nails, and he doesn't like to go away early, does he? So I don't really know what way. There's not gonna be a lot of wrestling involved. I think they're gonna bang it out. But I think if they meet in the middle, I would obviously power, explosiveness you give the Costa, but then I think in terms of defense, technique, volume, you'd probably sway to Strickland. I mean, what are you saying?
I think it's like a game of two halves. Like you say, I think if it's going to be a finish, it's probably going to come from Costa. If it goes all the rounds, I could see like Sean taking like 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Probably losing 1 or 2 just through Paulo being so explosive at the start. But I watched Ariel and DJ talk about it earlier.
Right.
And they were talking about how like, and I agree with them. I don't think Costa, we've seen the best of him yet. Because I feel like he's just so in and out of fighting in a way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He turns up like lack of interest sometimes.
Yeah.
It seems anyway from the outside. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But yeah, I think if he really switched on, I think, you know, you could see him put a masterclass on against anyone.
Well, I don't know the exact dates, but I feel like this is probably the closest he's had 2 fights together for a long time. Because when did he fight Whittaker? Was that on the Strickland card?
That's quite recently, wasn't it?
So I feel like that, I'm sure that was definitely this year. So that's got to be like February time. There was a quick turnaround for him because, like you said, he's kind of has a fight, you don't see him for a year. Has a fight, he gets injured, whatever, however it may be. You know, so that could play a factor. He's not going to probably have as big a weight cut. And also, like you said, he's one of those guys, like if he turns up and he's on, you feel like he could beat anyone in the world.
Yeah.
And he has his moments. It's just Strickland is a very, very tough guy. I mean, he's only ever been put out once by Pereira. And I you know, that doesn't really count.
That happens to everyone, doesn't it?
He puts everyone out. So, yeah, I mean, if I had to bet on it, I would go Strickland decision. But, you know, I feel like a Costa finish early on isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. Is it this card? Actually, let me just check.
One thing I've just forgotten to mention is Khamzat obviously is in the mix at middleweight as well. Who's he fighting now?
No.
He's fighting Whittaker.
He's fighting Whittaker, yeah.
So that's
the number one contender.
That's got to be
fight,
number one contender. There's no way they can do any of them pay dirty there.
Have you seen the Cesar Almeida?
No.
He's the main event of the prelims of that card. He's beat Adesanya, Pereira in kickboxing. So
Really?
it's kind of like that.
Do you know
same
what? I got a feeling he
storyline.
trains with Pereira now.
Does he?
Let me see him. I might have this wrong, mate. So
I'm not getting any closer to him every time I'm pressing it.
Don,
Brazilian kickboxer, martial artist.
so don't quote me, because I know there's a guy who trains with Pereira now who used to be a kickboxer who fought him in kickboxing and is now his training partner.
I think he won a fight on the Contender Series. Yeah.
His gym on his Tapology?
Extreme
No,
Couture.
yeah, so he doesn't train with Pereira then. I thought there must be someone else.
Yeah, no, he's beat Alex Pereira. He's lost to him as well. He's fought him 3 times in kickboxing.
In kickboxing. So 2 losses and a win, is it?
Yeah, 2 losses and a win.
That's the way it goes at kickboxing, though. They just fight each other. Like, look at Izzy and Pereira, and
yeah, that's
they have that many fights. They're obviously going to cross paths a couple of times. But yeah,
makes for an interesting storyline though if he gets a good couple of wins.
Yeah,
you'll have like a fast track.
Is he light heavyweight or is he middleweight?
Middleweight, actually.
Middleweight.
By the looks. So yeah, Roman Kopylov. Oh, that's
He's a
actually
good
quite
boy
a good
as well.
fight,
That'd be a
that is, for
good
the
fight.
prelims.
He's the guy. He's not the guy with one eye, is he? No, he's not. He looks a bit like him. He's not.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
Take how you will. Yeah, big fight for the middleweight division. Kind of gonna iron it out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Izzy's in training camp, I see on YouTube, so interesting to see what the crack is. I wouldn't be surprised if they do Izzy v Duplessis.
Well, everyone else is tied up if you look at Strickland, Costa, Chimaev, Whittaker.
It depends how quick they're going to do it, because when Chimaev fighting Whittaker, that's June or...
Saudi, innit? Yeah.
Is it August? Sorry, August the 20th something.
It's early, innit? Yeah.
So, if they're not going to fight before that...
Chimaev, Whittaker.
What are we saying?
June 22nd.
Yeah, so that's soon.
Yeah.
So Izzy's obviously not going to fight before that, so you would feel like the winner of that might be a shout to fight Duplessis in Abu Dhabi in October.
Yeah, that would be a good
That's
fight.
what I would...
Especially if it's Chimaev.
If it's Chimaev, yeah, 100% if it's Chimaev.
But he didn't turn around that fast either, though, so...
No, but he used to, didn't he? I think the problem with Chimaev is he can't get an American visa. So I think that where they were coming to the Middle East once a year, I think he's too big a star to not prawn in the Middle East. Do you know what I mean? It's like a bit like Islam. Like, no doubt, Islam's going to turn around and fight in October because they want him to fight in the Middle East. I feel like Chimaev's the same. He kind of had to save that card, didn't he? They pushed the card back.
Yeah,
and he had to save. They got to put him on. So he can't get a US visa because of all the ins and outs with the Chechen guy. We won't get into that, but I feel like if he fights now in June and then there's an Abu Dhabi card in October, which I'd love to get on, by the way, if anyone's watching with any sort of say-o, I feel like they could turn him round for that. Now, there's no way Izzy and Duplessis are going to fight before that, I don't think. Or if they do, we're going to be looking at like September time, August time, which would lead me to think how are they going to turn around in time. Izzy would do it. I don't think Duplessis would be able to turn around in October. So I don't know how they're going to play it, to be honest. Probably like you said, waiting to see how that fight plays out and going from there. But let's go into the main event. Islam Makhachev versus the Diamond, Dustin Poirier. We all want Dustin to win, let's just be honest.
Yeah. I don't think there's anyone...
It's his third shot at UFC official title. He's won the interim. Look, it would be out of a story, and like he's Hall of Famer for sure. And he's probably got, people say all the time, he's got the best resume of someone to never win a UFC title. When you look at his record, McGregor 3 times, Holloway twice, Gaethje twice, Alvarez twice, Chandler. He's fighting Islam now. He's fighting Saint Denis. That Dan Upper fight was insane. He's fought. His resume is insane.
They're all names, aren't they? From all top to bottom.
All names. He deserves every penny he makes. I personally would love to see him win the belt and just be like, right, I'm done. I'm off. I'm out here. Right off into the sunset. However, that is a tough ask against the number 1 pound fighter in the world at the minute, whose name isn't John Jones, because people will 100% get on us in the comments for that.
Sure.
Look, Dustin can knock anyone out, I think. If anyone decides... I know Islam likes to test his striking. This isn't a featherweight Volkanovski. You can't afford to go out there and strike with Dustin. Right? If you're gonna go out there and strike out any threat of takedown, Dustin's a bad guy to fight. Obviously, if he mixes it in with a takedown, it's a different story. But if Poirier clips anyone... Charles Oliveira as well. He fought Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
If he clips anyone, he's going to knock him out. I'm confident in saying that. He packs that much power. His boxing for an MMA fighter is insanely good. Like, I feel like he's one of the guys who could transition to boxing and compete with good level guys. But we all know what he's good at. Do you know?
I think it's a real tough fight for Dustin. But like you say, I think everyone and his dog wants to see him win, don't they? But I think Islam, if he goes in there with a good game plan and doesn't get, too overzealous with his striking, I think he's gonna get that win.
My worry is
if you're gonna put money on it, you're probably gonna lean Islam.
My worry is this: look how many times Saint Denis took Poirier down in that last fight. Albeit he was jumping killies, but he did take him down a couple of times as well. And as much as a beast PSD is, in my opinion, in the wrestling department, he's no Islam. And one thing we've seen with Makachev is he's very much like he gets you down. You better,
fight's over.
You better accept that that's where you are for the bare minimum the rest of the round. If not, the fight's over. And he's got Khabib in the training camp. I've been seeing him better in New York training now, and Khabib is there, which would lead me to believe Khabib is back in the corner, which I think makes him even more dangerous again. Like, the first fight with Volk, I think if Khabib had been in the corner, it would have been a different fight totally. And that's not me like trying to slander Volk because he's obviously lost the second fight. I just feel like Islam's that good. I think people don't like to give the Dagestanis credit, but stylistically, I feel like this is a really favourable matchup for him, and I just don't see how he doesn't get it done. But we know what MMA's like. It can be unforgiving. The fairy tale ending doesn't always happen, but sometimes, every now and then, you know what I mean. Every now and then, like a Glover Teixeira when he wins it at 42 years of age, or let me think of another example. I don't know, but there's plenty of them.
I want to see, if I could write the storyline, I'd like to see Dustin Poirier beat Islam Makhachev, McGregor beat Chandler.
Boom. Yeah, 100%.
That would be like, if you could write it out like WWE, that'd be perfect. And I'm sure that's probably what the UFC want to happen.
That's 100% what they want. Yeah. Listen, whether the fight's at 170 or not, right, for McGregor Chandler, if he wins a fight, if he knocks Chandler out, which he's more than capable of doing, he could they will either slot him in for the lightweight belt or they will either slot him in to fight Leon Edwards. Or Bilal, whoever wins that. It won't make a blind bit of difference to him. They don't care. It's McGregor. He pretty much does what he wants. If he wants to stay at 170, he goes in against Leon probably. If he says, I'm going to go back to 155, get the belt, they will just slot him straight in. However, again, I don't think they're going to be so keen to slot him in against Makachev. I don't know.
And that could, the storyline they could build.
It's a big storyline.
It's massive as well. But
I don't know if they would risk all the... It'd be a massive pay-per-view, though, so 100% they would risk all the shit beforehand, wouldn't they? But wouldn't you want to see him fight Max Holloway for the BMF?
I would love to see.
That's what I mean.
There's loads of options.
It's all wide open. You could put Max Holloway in with a winner of that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
If they're going to book the Poirier fight, but say he beats Poirier, next fight then could be BMF against Conor, then the next fight after that could be the lightweight against whoever. Yeah. Imagine that. Like, you've got Max Holloway looking at 3 title shots in a row, potentially.
It'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Especially, I know he's really young, but it's late in his career, innit? Because he's been about for so long.
That's crazy.
He'd be doing the things he's doing now. Because that's got wear on you, innit? Being in the UFC.
But it doesn't seem like it does it? It doesn't seem like... It seems like he's getting better. Like, I remember when he lost to Volk for the 3rd time, and I'll hold my hands up, I kind of thought, well, this is kind of the end of the... we'll see Holloway have a couple more, maybe he'll call it a day. And the next thing you know, he puts together, who did he beat? Who did he beat since he last lost to Volk? I want to say the Korean Zombie, Arnold Allen...
Yair since?
I think... I have to look it up.
Was that in between?
I feel like that was in between. And I think the Calvin Cate one was in between. But he beat the Korean Zombie, Arnold Allen, 2 killers there. Sparked out Gaethje in a fight where everyone is literally saying you've got 0 chance. Yeah, so Arnold Allen, Korean Zombie, Gaethje. How would you get dominated by the champion like that and then come back and think, yeah, but I'm going to do that? And look, scroll up, look at his UFC record.
It's ridiculous.
The other way, scroll the other way. 22-7 in the UFC.
That's unbelievable.
Went in there 3-0 when I was 22-7. That's insane. But look, I think it's wide open, but to focus on that main event, if I was a betting man, I mean, I am a betting man, but I'm not allowed to bet on this.
No.
I'm a bit of a degenerate gambler.
You will end up in court, bet.
Truth be known, when it comes to the darts and the boxing, I'm a bit of a degenerate, but...
That's your future, I reckon.
That's my future. I'm going to start one of them bookie pages on Instagram. No, I would say Islam Makhachev. I would probably say submission, 2nd or 3rd round. However, I will biasly be rooting for the diamond to spark him out.
I mean, I'm exactly the same, mate. Who have you got co-main then? Outright, no...
If I was gun to my head, I say Strickland decision.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go Costa finish in the 2nd, I reckon.
Just to go
early, just go against you. Really,
to go against me. Yeah,
got to.
And just to quickly, obviously, I know everyone been talking about it. And we're a bit late to the party, but obviously they announced McGregor Chandler. Was that International Fight Week at 170? My early prediction for that is this. I'm torn between McGregor knocking him out early and Chandler dragging it deep, because I think 170 suits Chandler more, I gotta be honest.
Well, he's massive as well, isn't he? I know he's short, but
he walks around they reckon 190, which is what, 90-ish kilo?
He's not going to look much different.
He'll look exactly the same.
Just bigger.
He'll look exactly the same. If like you said, if not, because I bet the amount of muscle he has to cut away at during training camp to make that weight is insane.
Yeah, because McGregor's got quite a small frame. It's just his arms.
Yeah, well, I seen a picture of McGregor in training, and he kind of looks how he's always looked when he fought at 150, at 155 in wicked shape, but he doesn't look. Remember how he looked when he was filming Roadhouse? Everyone's like, look at the fucking size of him. He doesn't look like animal. He looks lean. So I bet he's not walking around much more than 170 in a minute. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 180, 175. And look, I also think McGregor got every chance of just completely and utterly chinning him early on. Yeah. It depends how Chandler fights, but McGregor's have 3 years away. That's why I keep
I know.
I've having in the back of my head. I don't know how much training he's done. Do
you see all these videos of him in camp?
Do you see the videos
with his missus?
Do you see the videos on the weekend?
Yeah, that was with his missus, wasn't it? Yeah.
Good luck.
Fair play to him, isn't it? Because listen, the spark never dies with them, does it?
each to their own, right? Anyone can do what they want, but I seen him do an interview in the week, and he's sniffing the black. What's it called? The forged stout. And he's like, ooh, I'm not having none. I'm taking the fight really serious. I'm approaching the 6-week mark of no drinking, so it'll be 10 weeks. And I thought, fair play to him. And then like 4 days later, he's in the Black Forge, just completely on one. Him and his missus, all these people. And that's not a sober man. Like, and I love McGregor, but that wasn't the sober man.
Fuck it, babe. It's only Michael Chandler. Should we go out for a raz or what?
But if it works for you, I suppose if that's what he's always done. But it's like, come on, Conor. Like, throw a party behind closed doors or something. I mean, not everyone's filming him. But he's a wild man, isn't he?
Yeah. Sometimes, though, it's like the John Jones thing, isn't it? Sometimes, probably people overthink they're fighting way more, don't they? Whereas he can just do that and maybe turn up and be a killer. Like,
he'd probably done it his whole career. He's just...
Didn't know.
It's just now that he's like, now we kind of know that he's coming to the end and we want him to do well. Everyone's like, oh, he shouldn't be doing that. I was like, oh, we to say he wasn't doing it before the last couple of fights.
He was in bars punching old men years ago.
But he's fucking... But I did see, credit where it's due, I seen videos of him training on the Sunday. So it's like, well, at least he's sweating it out the next day. But yeah, I can't wait for that. We'll obviously dive deeper into that one when we get a little bit closer. But yeah, this weekend, looking forward to it. Praying that the Diamond gets it done.
Drop your predictions down below.
Give us your predictions, but I'm not... I don't know how I feel. I feel like I obviously feel like I want to get done. I just think it's a big ask. And I feel like anyone who's looking at it logically is... I'll tell you what I seen the other day as well. It made me fucking laugh. I'll play it for you by ear, and I don't know if I can show it to the camera. Perhaps I'll send it to you and you can put it on the screen. But it was a video of Poirier walking out, and it was like me at 2 a.m. on June the 2nd when the Diamond's making his walk to the cage for potentially the last time. Let me try and find it.
I haven't seen it. Have you seen the picture ESPN put out of him like with a statue doing the guillotine? Him
jumping I see he keeps putting out, don't be silly, jump the gilly. Have you seen that?
I think he's selling t-shirts, isn't he?
I don't think it's been removed. Oh, here we go. Proper emotional over it, like.
That'll be class, won't it?
No, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it because one thing I'll say for Poirier, right? Regardless, win or lose, you'll make a fight of it. Like, he's not going to go out there and just get mauled over. You know what I mean? He's going to make a fight of it. And like, make no sense, he can wrestle. He can definitely wrestle. It's just whether you can withstand that constantness for 5 rounds. And you know, I think Islam will strike. See. And if he's going to strike, there's always that chance. So come on, the Diamond.
Let's do it.
Do it for the boys. Drop your comments, guys. Thanks for watching. When will we be back? We don't really know when we'll be back.
But we will be.
We will be back. Obviously, we've got the Manchester card coming up. Oban's confirmed for it. We got friends of the show as well confirmed. Like, Arnold Allen's a good friend of mine. He's confirmed. And, he's a good friend of mine. He's a friend of mine, like Arnold. And... we're going to try and get a couple of guests on for that one, aren't we? We're also looking at doing a home setup because, as well as this, we're not going to completely come away from the studio, but Joe's missus is due to drop, and obviously we're both busy. So for the weeks we can't get in here, we're going to look again something sorted for the house as well, aren't we? So
that's it. It's to drop more content, not less.
Yeah, that's it. But we will be in the pod. We will be in the studio for guests, hopefully, for the most part,
Fingers
anyway.
crossed,
Unless we got to zoom them in. But
what do you want to see as well? Let us know what you want to see because
get at us.
The case.
There's a lot of guys at the minute. You know, we've had him on before. He's a big hit. Jack Marshman is teasing a return as well.
That'll be good.
He's in the gym flat out. He's in shape. He's just signed with BYB, who used to be BKB, which is the British Bare Knuckle Association. So he's teasing. Might have a bit of fight news soon, so we'll definitely get Jack on. And I think, well, he'd be a good one again, actually, because I think people would be surprised at the transformation compared to the last time he was on, because, you know, last time he was on, he was just living life to the full, and he, you know, not in training a lot. He was big, and you look at him now, and there's better shape I've seen him in for fucking, well...
Yeah, it looks real good,
even since before he was fighting, there's the best shape I've seen him in for years, so we'll definitely get Jack on. We've got Gachi fighting on the weekend, and we've got a lot of UFC guys and Cage Warriors guys I'd like to try and get on when we can as well. So we will be back soon. How soon, we don't know. We're not putting a date on it. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace out.
Bash.